Hi everyone, I have a fun video today for you and it's in collaboration with Melissa. Now Melissa is somebody that you probably know of but may not exactly know her name. She is the original creator of the Perfect Palette tag, which was a huge tag on YouTube for like years and years. Melissa and her daughter came up with this tag and put it out into the world, and then that's how I found them when I finally like traced it to the source. And I really fell in love with Melissa's content. She does makeup for women over the age of 40 and she is really thoughtful in her content. She produces stuff that I don't tend to see on YouTube a lot. She picks trends of the season and applies it to makeup and how you can wear it. And it's really thought through, intelligent content. Now that isn't to say that I don't watch intelligent content on YouTube in general, but it's coming from a perspective of somebody who has been through a few more trends than your average 20-year-old or even 30-year-old, for example. She really thinks through her products and how she can apply it to her day-to-day life, and I really like it. Anyway, all of that is to say that I really enjoy Melissa's content, and this video is in collaboration with her. But what exactly are we doing, right? So we decided that since we both like eyeshadow palettes, we wanted to do a 2 looks, 1 palette kind of deal. So she's gonna be doing 1 look on her channel, and I'm gonna be doing 1 look on my channel with the Kat Von D Metal Matte Palette. Now this is a huge throwback palette. This came out several years ago for the holidays, but it was one that we both really enjoyed and felt that would really showcase both of our channels. So obviously I've chosen to do something that is very me, it's very bright, very electrifying even, and Melissa's gonna choose to do something that's a little bit more on the neutral side of things, as that is more in her taste. Now that isn't to say that Melissa doesn't incorporate color into her looks, because I have seen her add it in very smart ways and it always looks beautiful on her. Now without babbling anymore, I'm gonna get into my look, and I do encourage you to check out Melissa's channel as well. All the links will be in the description bar down below. Starting off, I'm gonna be double priming my eyelids, which is something I always have to do because my eyelids are incredibly greasy and 1 primer will not work for me. I'm using 2 ones by Essence today. I have the I Heart Color Intensifying Base as well as the 2-in-1 eyeshadow primer. I start off with the more liquid one, dab that on top, and then just blend it out with my fingertips. I'm pretty messy with it, and I do drag it underneath my eyes because I'm going to be applying shadow there as well. I wait a few seconds and then I go in with a potted one and a brush and just dab that on top. This one is definitely a lot more white in consistency, which will help the colors show through when we add them on top. And sometimes the brush isn't good enough and I'll use my finger to tap out the edges as well. First thing I'm going to be doing is taking Suede on a fluffy brush and just putting that through my crease. I have hooded lids that are only dropping the older I get, so I definitely need something to emphasize this area because otherwise when I look forward, you can't see my lid. It's just not there. Next, I'm going to be taking Watt on a flat, stiff brush and putting that directly on the center of my lid. I'm going to be putting another color here and here, but I want this one in the center, and it's going to be a good blend between the next 2 shades I'm going to be using. And I always do my eyes first because, as you can see, I'm getting a little bit of fallout, and if I did my foundation first, I'd have to be cleaning it up. So I definitely always do my eyeshadow first, and then I apply foundation in the rest of my face. For the outer corner and through my crease, I'm going to be taking Velour, which is a really bright blue shade. I'm taking that on a MAC 217 brush, and I'm going to start patting that on my outer corner and then pulling it through my crease. I use a lot of patting motions to put the color because then it stays a lot brighter, and then I'll still pat it through my crease. This just works better for me. I know a lot of people do like windshield wiper motions back and forth for color, but for me that doesn't seem to work so well, so I do a lot of patting. For the inner corner, I'm going to be using Tinsel on a flat brush and putting that directly in that corner and then dragging it over top of the color that we've got on the middle of the lid. This is a fairly chunky slash flaky color, so you may want to wet your brush if you're applying it directly to your face. I'm fine with the chunks, but some people may want it to be a little bit smoother. For my brow bone highlight, I'm using the shade Bone, which is quite bright white actually. There is a white in this palette, but this is quite intense. Now what I like to do at this point is take a little bit of Bioderma on a cotton round and clean up under my eyes. For whatever reason, I've adapted this habit of doing half my eyes, doing the rest of my face, and then coming back to my eyes. Not really sure why exactly, but just the way I am. What I am going to do before I go onto my face is apply some liquid liner. So I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Eye Booster and just whacking on a winged liner. I do have a full tutorial on how to do a wing liner, so I will link that down below and in the cards in case you're curious. Because I really don't change my method ever. It's always the same. Moving on to my face, I'm going to be using some frequent staples for me right now. I am desperately trying to get through this Lancome Teint Idole foundation. It's a really good foundation, but it's basically a winter shade for me. So we are quickly approaching summer here, so I need to get the very ends of this finished up, and I'm going to be applying that with my damp Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. This is a little bit, well, it matches my neck, but it's a little bit light for me right now, but I need to use this up because I've had it for a few years and I just want to be done with it and move on to some other foundations. It's good though. I do really like it, but I end up with a lot of things in my collection that I also want to use. For bronzer, I've got my trusty Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and look at all that pan. That is so exciting to me. And I just apply this on my temples, backs of my cheekbones quite heavily here because I quite like it there, and then drag whatever's left on the brush down my jawline just to try to like blend it all together. For blush, I'm going to keep it pretty simple because there's a lot going on in the eyes. I'm going to use the Tarte blush in Party, which was part of the Sephora birthday gift, I think it was last year. Anyway, it's fairly neutral, which is something I like to use when the eyes are a lot. And I'm just going to put that on with a stippling brush. I tend to prefer putting the Tarte blushes on with a dual fiber brush like this, just because I feel like it breaks up the pigment. Because if you're not aware, Tarte blushes can be quite firm. They are beautiful, but they're a little bit stiff occasionally, so I prefer these kind of brushes for them. I thought we'd have some fun with the highlighter, so I'm going to be using this one by Too Faced. This is their Rainbow Strobe highlighter, and it's not going to look like this when we put it on the cheeks. It mostly comes off as like a very pale, sometimes silver, sometimes gold highlight. But yeah, see, it's just like a very pale shimmer color. I just swirl my brush in the whole thing and then put it directly on my cheeks. Now that the face is done, I'm going to move on and finish up the eyes. So I'm going to take the Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Gel Pencil and put that on my waterline. And I'm going to be kind of messy with it because I want it to get in between where my lower lash line lashes are, because they could be pretty pale and I need something in there to darken everything up. And to just really get in there, I'll take a smudger brush and just run that along my lash line, really focusing on getting at the root of my lashes. With the black on my lower lash line, I'm just going to repeat the same pattern that I have on the top. So I'm going to put Watt on the middle of my lid on the lower lash line, and then I'm going to put Velour on the outer edge. And I always put a Kleenex here to prevent fallout. For mascara, I'm using one of my absolute favorites, and it's by Essence. This is the False Lashes Mascara Dramatic Volume Unlimited. After mascara, I throw on some false lashes because I really like that look for videos and special occasions. I don't tend to wear them every day and definitely not to work, but I really like how a fake lash looks on me. So aside from that, the only thing we have left is lips, and I'm going to be applying this Too Faced lipstick. This is from their latest collection. It's their summer 2018 collection, and the shade in particular I'm wearing is Birthday Suit. I kept it fairly simple on the lips because obviously the eyes are a lot, and actually the lip color matches the blush, which is something I like to do. Alright, just took it down my hair, and this is the finished look. Let me know what you think. I was really excited to use this palette again, and was just really happy that both Melissa and I had it so that we could use it together. So her channel will have a little bit more of a neutral look, and mine is obviously the more vibrant, colorful one. I really hope you go check her out. I really enjoy her content. I always find it informative, and she is so personable, and it's really nice to watch somebody like that. I always look forward to her videos. So that's gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.